The sights of the Atlanta skyline as we are here in the heart of Georgia. On the road, looking for a win against an Eastern Conference rival. The Washington Wizards are ready for this thing to get started. You're in for a treat as we bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg with Doris Burke reporting from the sidelines. And now a quick check of our start. And a chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Guys, I caught up with Cool Hands to talk for a moment. There has been some talk of late that there is some friction between he and his teammates over how much he calls for the ball. I asked him about it, and he said if there is any, I hope it can be put to rest at some point. We're all on the same team trying to reach the same goals. We can iron out their issues, guys.
It's rare to see a freeze-out like this, but if you saw what he's been saying, it isn't too much of a shock.
Not at all. I mean, if you've got something to say about your teammates, it's best to say it in the sanctity of the locker room, not in public.
Horford with the screen on Wall. Cool Hands passes to Horford. Lead pass was put in just the right spot. Horford's got 5.
I'll tell you what, post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
Well, that's the key to basketball. Get the ball inside, into the paint, either with a pass or with penetration.
And Wall gets to Ariza. Back to Wall. Fires from 18. Uses the glass to drop it in. He has 5. Here's Cool Hands. 1:30 left in the first quarter.
Well, Trevor Ariza is not really a great offensive player. I mean, but defensively now, that's a different story. He's a stopper. He's got good length and athleticism. And I like the intensity he plays with. This is a guy that only played 1 year of college basketball. He's made a nice career for himself in the NBA.
Here's Horford. Shot is no good. Now Washington takes it the other way. Fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
And it was so important for their bench to come in and play well in that game. I thought that was critical to the victory.
Well, they got contributions up and down the roster, and that's what you need. Everybody who stepped on the floor contributed.
And for Ariza, you remember that postseason with the Lakers, Steve, back in 2009? He shot the lights out.
Yeah, and you wondered at that time whether the light had really come on for him offensively. But you know, I think he's still a player who's best suited rebounding, defending, being a hustle guy, an energy player. And when he makes shots, it's just kind of gravy, but really it's about everything else with him.
Good description. For Washington, they have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them. Eric Maynor, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza.
Getting road wins was one of the biggest struggles for the Wizards last season. Started out slow, and even after Wall came back from injury, they still weren't exactly taking care of business on the road.
Here is Korver, guarded by Porter. The Hawks have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point. And the first one at the line is good. So for the Wizards, Trevor Booker comes in for Kevin Seraphin. And Garrett Temple subbed in for John Wall.
Well, you kind of expect that from him. You pretty much know what the result's going to be when he goes to the line.
Poked away. Pass to Harrington. 3-pointer. Can't get it to go. Out to the wing. Pass to Cool Hands. Here's Korver for 3 and released it in time, but it's off the mark. Welcome back, everyone. We're ready to get going again as this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports continues. Players are topped off with Gatorade, hydrated, and ready to get going again as well. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Wizards, guys.
The defense was really impressive there, guys, in that first quarter. They came out focused right from the beginning.
And, Steve, that's a big part of why they're on top right now.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So, the Wizards 5 right now. And their forwards, Chris Singleton and Trevor Booker. Maynard is out there with Garrett Temple. Then it's Nene, and at the 5, roaming the paint. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Well, guys, cool hands in the last outing against the Thunder gave them an edge. He picked up 5 points, and along with what he did on the offensive end, he also played some stellar defense as well. Overall, just an incredible bonus for his team as he made a big impact coming off the bench.
All right, thanks, Doris. He's got a lot of positives to take away from that game, clearly, Steve.
Yeah, he played a huge role for them. His contributions are always important, but I thought he was particularly good that night.
Yeah, he was very solid. Just really locked in, engaged, on task. Solid performance. Well, Nene had always been up.
And the first half ends.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Glad you're along for the ride as we get
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Welcome back. Pass to Cool Hands. Millsap a screen on Wall. Kicks it to Cunningham. Here's Cool Hands. Millsap a screen on Ariza. Cool Hands passes to Cunningham. Here's Cool Hands. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Millsap a screen. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Beal with the steal. And here's the fast break. Beal leading the way. Millsap at power forward with Horford at center. Williams is out there with Cool Hands. And it's Cunningham in at the small forward spot. So that's the Hawks 5. Into Horford. He dishes it to Millsap. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Boy, they've been so sound offensively in the second half. I love the way they're playing.
Yeah, there's really no comparison in the shooting percentages between the teams since the break.
Here's Wall. Second chance shot, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. And the nation of intimidation right in front of us here, guys, on this overlay. Let's take a moment here for the career leaders in blocks per game. Some giants of the NBA.
Well, that's what you'd expect, right? Mark Eaton, 7'4", Manute Bol, 7'7". I mean, those are specialists right there. And then you have more all-around big guys like Hakeem Olajuwon, David Robinson. And I'll tell you what, if you're averaging around 3 blocks a game, well, that's top tier.
Porter's checked in for Trevor Ariza. Cunningham off the pick from Millsap. Cunningham dishes it to Millsap.
You go back to the 2006 draft when Paul Millsap was taken 47th guy. Now remember, he had led college basketball in rebounding in all 3 of the years he played at Louisiana Tech. 3 straight years leading the NCAA. That's something that never had been done, not even by a 4-year player. And he ended up being drafted 47th. Hard to figure how that could happen, but he's made the most of his time in the NBA.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Hawks.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And they're also really getting out in transition and scoring some hoops in the fast break tonight.
Down low, Beal with the steal. Now Maynard. And he lays it straight in. And Clark, going back to that 2006 draft you were talking about, it wasn't exactly stacked. In fact, Millsap might be the second best player in that draft class, Steve, after LaMarcus Aldridge.
Well, it's amazing when you look back. I mean, how did he slip through the cracks all the way to the second round? He might not have had prototype size for the power forward position, but you know, it's all about production, and he was one of the great rebounders the college game had ever seen.
Here's Maynard. And the basket good. Maynard's got 4 points now in the quarter. The Atlanta Hawks come into this one following a loss to Oklahoma City.
They found themselves up against a hot team that night, Kevin, and they just didn't have the manpower defensively to shut them down.
You know, guys, I expected a little more fight out of them than what they showed us. They never strung together any stops like they needed to.
Atlanta again missing. Wizards trail by 12. Porter kicks to Harrington. Here's Maynor. He's got 6. Maynor off the pick from Serafin. Maynor the pass to Serafin. 5 on the clock. It's Porter outside, and the shot is good. Porter's got it back down to within single digits for the Wizards.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
The feed now to Williams. Here's Cunningham. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. Cunningham's got 5.
Incredible. Only took them a few seconds to answer the 3 ball with one of their own.
Let's keep this thing going, guys. I love seeing a three-point battle like this.
And Serafin throws it down. Well, as far as the defense goes, Clark, that is not what's going to keep them in this league.
Yeah, but from the other perspective, you can see just how much that dunk pumped those players up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I agree, guys. I sense a little bit of a momentum shift here.
Wizards trail by 10.
Question is, do they go 2 for 1 here?
Can they get a good shot in time? That's the question.
For 3, Harrington. Rebound, Atlanta. Wizards beat them last time when these 2 teams met in Washington.
Yeah, that was very sloppy in that first matchup. It was a poorly played game. And it turned into a blowout because they continued to turn the ball over and they didn't execute offensively.
Beal against Williams. Here's Harrington. The dish to Serafin. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Serafin's got 5 points in the quarter.
He kind of threaded the needle with that pass into the paint.
Here's Williams. No good on that last second attempt there. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. And Steve, we've got a moment. Nene against Millsap. Knocked away. Millsap with the steal. So on the floor for Washington, Beal and Ariza fill out the perimeter. Nene is out there with Trevor Booker. And it's Wall in at the 1 spot. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
You can see how much the defense respects him. I mean, they were all over him on that look.
He feeds it to Booker. To the middle, here's Ariza. Great D that time from Teague.
Excellent, really solid job actually by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
A nice shot by Booker.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
The Hawks leading by 10. The pass to Cool Hands. Doubled by Booker. Dishes to Williams. Teague for 3. Rebounded by the Wizards. Ariza's got 7 rebounds in the game. They host the Clippers after this game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Here's Booker. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Atlanta's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Doubled by Booker. Back to Teague. Pass to Cool Hands. They double him with Nene. 5 to shoot. Back to Teague. From 18 feet away. They get it again.
Boy, for my taste, he's far too inconsistent with that shot. I mean, he's got to make those if he's going to take his game to the next level.
It's Wall with the drive. He kicks to Booker. Here's Ariza. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
That's his first 3-pointer of the half. Remember, he did make one in the first half as well.
They double him with Wall. Outside Williams. Outside Teague. Feeds to Horford. Rejected by Wall. We've got 1:48 left in the game. And he gets it to go. Now just a 5-point Hawks lead.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
Millsap a screen on Wall. Cool Hands passes to Millsap. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Millsap's got 10 points in just the second half. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Yes, Kevin, Randy Whitman had some words for his team over the break. He was riding them pretty hard for the number of silly fouls they've committed in this game. He said, listen, we need to have some defensive discipline. Stop biting on the shot fakes, stop reaching in, and stop giving them free points at the free throw line. We'll see if they'll respond, guys.
And Wall kicks to Nene. Back to Wall. Now Okafor inside. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. And it's 6 points for Emeka Okafor. The Hawks leading by 5. Teague, a screen on Wall. Here's Cool Hands. Goes back up.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Left side, Wall. Buries it. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Loose defense at such a critical time. You're better off sending him to the line than giving him 2 points.
Teague, a screen on Wall. Here's Cool Hands. It's in!
Defense just has to fight over the top of those screens.
Especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, he doesn't miss too many open shots.
It's Wall with the drive. Here's Nene. Connects! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
You know, that putback's about as easy as it's going to get. You have to put a body on someone down there.
Well, no box out, that's the results you get right there.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And now we've got the intentional foul. First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so he drops them both. It's a 5-point game.
2-possession game now, so strategically everything changes a little bit. Those were very important foul shots.
Scotty's checked in for Jeff Teague. Wall dishes to Nene. Yes! That one just took the air right out of the crowd.
Yeah, he simply said, sit down and keep quiet with that one.
Yeah, that's right. Nothing coming out of these fans now. Yeah, no question the right call at this point. You can't let them just dribble it out.
That's right. I mean, you got to send them to the line and hope for a few misses.
And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there. Washington has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Beal from long range buries it. And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here. He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2. Atlanta making a switch here. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Man, pressure-packed free throws, but he looks cool as can be. So big. Give them that 3-point lead.
To tie it up. And so it's the Hawks who come.
Well, Paul, congratulations on this.